teams are more than happy to like first pick the rel. LNG managed to grab it all the way in their final pick of the draft, but here we go.
This is troublesome for Zika.
This is real bad for Zika. He needs to make a miracle happen. The shield comes out from Bin to protect him, and Zika suddenly realizes he is up a creek and he does not have a paddle here. The stun's going to come on through Zika. Locked up, Bin jumps back in, and that's first blood. Shun with a beautiful repeat gank. BLG making it look easy.
Spoke about in the pregame how when you've got two carry top laners, how much attention do you want to give them? It seems like the answer from Shun is a lot. Now, down here on the bottom side, maybe Tarzan has something to answer for.
Tarzan wants to make something happen, and he'll get a flash out from On, but
can secure priority basically whenever he feels like it. Will it be traded out for the Dragon? At the very least, LNG will start this one up. Seems like it will just be that first objective.
I know, it feels hard to contest, doesn't it, from LNG?
Yeah, a bit awkward as well, because what actually happened there, Zuka got a big wave of tempo. Ooh. Hello.
Flash from Gala, but in the meantime, they've just shredded Hung. Kraken Slayer. Boy, has he found a squid for himself. That's a kill for Elk.
Yeah, really well played by On as well. Just everything about that engage. Q, Flash as well come out. Ultimate to break the chain CC. Excellent stuff. And he secures his AD carry in this tower, and then it seems like to me they're even going to be able to get the Herald as well, and they might just have their hand in the cookie jar a bit. Bin starting LNG cross that choke. If they ever enter the choke, they just get engaged on instantly. Let's see how it plays out. Teleport's coming down, so is the Tarzan ultimate.
Engaged from Hung, roots across the team as well. On is low and taken down to start us off. It's a good start, but instantly answered, and that's the jungler down. Zika trying to 1v1 Bin as the Herald actually resets here, and LNG grouped up strong. Bin tanking for the time being as Shun looks for a way into the fight, but he's being denied. He doesn't have his ultimate, and it's Herald taken for LNG. Bin forced out the back of the pit, and BLG finally checked.
Big thing there for the re-engage. Everything was excellent, and like you mentioned as well, Elk too, so everyone's on the ball. 17-minute 2-item Zaya. Not too shabby.
Ultimate Tarzan trying to threaten us. Surely On can just tank this. For one last auto from Elk. There we go, tier 1 taken down. Scout has to drop the Herald. Yagao trying to threaten him, but zips on back. Big level of pressure up here, but Tarzan is kind of alone on the front line. Has that aftershock, but is that going to be enough? Rooted up here. They can't get the autos in for the Sejuani passive. There we go. They finally get the stun and force a flash out from him, but Scout, half HP from the previous play, has to dash out of the play. And now Zika in the middle of everyone, but he's 1v5. He just can't do it, and the feathers fly back in. Shun chasing down onto Gala. One more auto will set up the stun. On charging in for the headbutt as he protects his jungler. It's a good Calibrim. Gala's getting some damage out, but feels like the fight was lost before he could even get involved.
Whoa. Calm down, free.
Yeah.
Yagao's going to come in and check it. The rest of the BLG don't necessarily want to give this one up. Yagao, a lot of CC here. But not enough damage.
Back in the end of the Elk. Oh my
oh my god.
Yagao was just a distraction. Do you know what they call that? Classic misdirection from
willingly giving up here. Tier 1. Be traded, I guess, but BLG are just growing this gold lead at a ridiculous pace.
Yeah,
5.5k as a team, looking for this mid tier 2 On. The Hex Flash over the wall and just force people back. So this is about taking out those.
Does not feel like enough because Elk has almost finished his third item at this point. Like scaling.
So for LNG, if they're grouped up, they'll always be fine. But this is something they can't really do much to stop unless it's a grouped up LNG. Is Yagao just hello? And forcing
to make a play here. It's TP out from Bin. Zika forced out. They're going to just threaten the inhib, aren't they? As LNG still trying to defend the tier 2 at the bottom side. Elk still pressuring onto that one. The solo laners of BLG putting so much pressure onto LNG. They have to find an answer. But
BLG, right, where they're just like, we might go in. You have to stay here now. And they eventually secure this tier 2 all the while.
Split, Spring, the miracle run during playoffs, then going to MSI, making it all the way to the finals. There's been a lot of LPL teams. LNG won, however, with Magnet Storm and Emperor's Divide on cooldown, I don't really know if this is even fightable. Baron's already gone. And now the roots come in. I don't know if they'll be able to find this fight though. Tarzan going to be on his own. And yeah, there we go. BLG another one. I mean, this is just brutal. This is absolute decimation of game 1.
This has been a shellacking.
I mean, this is something else.
Not going to be a game on Andy, but this is a very, very impressive performance from BLG. And I think LNG are just a little bit stunned, right? After all of that top lane focus, they never had an answer.
Set up from Zika, from Hung, from Tarzan. Then Gala in the back line, wailing away. Let's see if they can find it on the target. Magnet Storm in has been retreats. There's one onto On. Scout still going strong for the time being. Full HP as he looks towards Elk as well. Dodges the feathers. I'm keeping my eyes on Scout here because these Sand Soldiers are making it happen. This ain't 5v5. He's got so many soldiers, but it doesn't matter because there's even more feathers. Elk is looking for a little bit more. Triple kill comes in. Zika shuts him down in the end, but the rest of the team can cut LNG to pieces. It's a beautiful fight from BLG. In the end, Scout tried his damnedest, but it's BLG taking game one.
For a breath, once Elk flashed forward, you can almost see an angle for a pentakill there. You joke. Doesn't come to fruition, but they get all 5 kills. They'll take down the Nexus in game 1. And it was a absolute spanking to start off this series. LNG seem to want to play can actually be piloted out with not as much threat as game number 1.
It feels possible, doesn't it? But then there is Bin on K'Sante, and this time Shun's on.
This early on, probably unexpected by LNG. Happening nonetheless. Tarzan's here to cover it though. Let's see how quick he can get
is moving over. Gala's just going to get one shot though. Elk tanks for one shot. And actually it's onto the minions once again. They're going to walk away from this one as Shun tanks the tower. In goes Tarzan, but Yagao arriving on the scene. The aftershock makes him so damn tanky. And it ends up with a 1-for-1 for now. A hook out from Hung is beautiful. But Shun still walks away. Dragon being done by Shun. And the pressure just being layered out by BLG to make sure that Shun is safe.
Of course, in comparison, but still an eye on completion nonetheless.
Scout actually might be caught out here. Yagao doesn't have much mana, but he's got AD items. Roots come out from Tarzan, and actually this could be a turnaround. Shun's in all kinds of trouble here. Knocked up and taken down. That's a double buff for Scout.
Yeah, double
advantages slowly but surely. As Shun now looks for a dive in the bottom side. Gala and Hung, you've been here before, but this time no Feather Storm available for Gala. 2 stacks on him, but BLG having to retreat. A teleport comes out from Scout. Does have the Emperor's Divide available. And Shun and On the wrong side of the rift right now. On will have to be sacrificed here. Tries to jump over the wall, but denied. And Hung can't quite get over either. Should you buy this, aren't they?
I mean, the best they can hope for is a steal here. I think Kha'Zix Q'd a bit more damage. Let's see.
Oh, good dodge from Yagao on the roots as Elk just goes in 1v2. Bin TPing in. Yes, Drake is taken, but Tarzan caught in the back here. He'll go down for sure. There's Bin. He TP'd down here and he doesn't even get an assist.
Giga Bin. Very, very angry, you're right. Meanwhile, BLG, they get that tower on the bottom side. Zuka's overcommitted for the confirm. He's dead. Just about how much
he
time
wanted the tower. I just don't... Like, he saw Bin chasing Scout across the map. How did he think he was safe to continue this play? Flashes away, and actually, he's got teammates getting him out of here. Does he actually get away with this one? That is insane. Zeka gets 2 tier 1s across. 5. Kha'Zix doesn't really thrive. It's not what he wants, as On has been caught out. Unbreakable tanks a lot and jumps over to his team, but he's still gone down. Scout with another kill. That'll be Herald for LNG. And On, I think, really underestimating the level of engage from LNG here, as Bin is going to go back in anyway. 4v5, here we go. Roots coming on through, though. Bin's locked up, so is Yagao. And now LNG can just walk this one forward. Surely they have the advantage as Scout. Emperor's Divide is a little bit of a whiff, but hey, it's still 4 kills.
Stops people from going forward, though.
I'm not sure there was a world where... Oh, I see. The ult was for the Kha'Zix, because Shun had gone invisible. On, in the meantime, is charging forwards once again. Yagao trying to get onto Gala here, but he can't quite find his mark and zips on back. Tarzan pulled in. Bin getting some damage down. The all-out there as Bin falls as well. Zika turns mega, but misses the ulti. And it's 4v4 now.
Awkward flash from Tarzan in the middle of that. Maybe they want to get engaged on. Moving forward's a bit awkward, and with Braum, you can always re-engage and pick a target easily. The Dragon's being burst down. Herald on the bottom side. Let's see how LNG handle this one.
One could be a target here as Yagao on the flank. Chains hits the Herald, though. It's not ideal as Drake taken. BLG full retreat at this point as Tarzan steps on forward, but the Moonlight Vigil is huge. He's on to everyone. Elk knocked into the play, though, straight into the feathers and taken down Zika. Ult spin as Shun is on to Scout here, but he doesn't have the damage. The health buzzer low, but they take him out anyway. Zika has to go heroic here. A hook out from Hung. Shun behind the wall here, looking for Nah. Yagao and Shun just about on top of the scrap. I love that you see that moment at the end of the fight where there's 4 players stood on top of each other. Hang on. On is once again hooked in. And once again will be taken down here. Blast Cone denied. And with On down, can LNG actually just stop Baron?
Yeah, I think they can. They've got 2 items here.
Few chunks here. The Calibrum paying dividends from Elk. It's now into the pit they go, but 2K on the Baron. The route is onto the Kha'Zix, and it means that Shun's in late. He'll be taken down, but he gets one alongside Yagao before he drops. Elk now being jumped on, but Zika a little shy on the mark. Ult goes wide, and now he's taken down. Tarzan diving into the backside, but Yagao protecting Elk. Gala caught up by the Gravitum here as Scout dives over the wall, but the stun comes into play. The ult out from On as well. He's stuck over the wall, and Yagao takes him out. LNG, they get the Baron, but it's only Gala alive.
It's only Gala alive. I mean, otherwise, I feel like the angle that he had, it's one of those things. You know, when you look at a jungler outside the pit and you just know they're going to steal it, that's what it felt like for BLG there.
In that big fight that they managed to win, On was the linchpin of the play. Dragon will go down to LNG here as BLG still threatening a fight. Shun behind enemy lines as Gala could be in trouble from Yagao, but been on that front line, just getting shredded by Gala. Flashes on forwards, looking for the all-out. The knockback comes on through. Yagao's been taken out. Defenders come back as well. Gala has his moment to take over a fight. It's a 2-for-1 in favor of LNG. BLG off of very little pressure created, forcing a TP out from the enemy top laner.
They're going to do it again.
Just going to start this Baron again. They do have an Aphelios to the Kha'Zix. They do it real quick, but LNG are here to answer. There's another TP. BLG can retreat if they want to. Zika's about to turn Mega as well. On tanking up for now as Tarzan's been the target here. 1-for-1. Zika makes his name known as Elk is alone on the backside of the play, but he's going nowhere. He'll be taken down as the feathers fly. Hun can set it up and Scout gets a bonus kill. That's double digits for Scout, and that's
for LNG. Excellent team fight. They've got the Baron now as well. There's quite a few tier 2s left up. Zuka's going to destroy one of them. Absolutely, he will be. And I mean, hey,
Scout's
again,
level 18.
Hullbreaker is just grouping. Yeah, like you say, Scout's level 18, 4 items now, and a blasting one. I think this might be critical mass for BLG. The gold lead's exploded, but just generally, again, 5v5 BLG. So hard to step up to the fight.
Moonlight Vigil comes in as BLG, they want the fight. Bin jumps in. It's a Q3 onto everyone. Is Elk still surviving on the back? Gala dives forward, though. Shun might be able to find him here as he has to dash away. Elk's still alive, but he just can't get into the fight. And LNG still 5 strong. Elk and On versus the world here as Zika and Hung trying to defend the rest of the team. Flash forwards is On, unbreakable, but he's down. Broken in the end, and there's the Gnar ulti. Zika once again finding his mark. LNG, they remind us why they made it to this lower bracket final. 3rd seed from the regular season, but they don't want 3rd in play.
Your priority around vision and the objectives, specifically LNG, that's what they're going to have to really play to deny and look to not really get you know, caught off guard by. See how that one plays out. BLG can collapse onto this, but LNG instead.
Hung just instantly flashes onto them. Elk using his cleanse early on, saving the Featherstorm, but his first blood already. Tarzan's low and Shun just pounces in. In come the Shock Blast, but it's wide as Yagao closes the gap. Hung surviving though. The Scout now joins the play as well, but BLG still on top of it. No, Scout takes them to pieces. Double kill and Gala's got the killer instinct. Elk is no longer, and Gala, he's eating venison tonight.
Freedom for Scout. And the rest of LNG utilizing his freedom in the mid lane, picking up this dragon. They'll get that one stacking in now.
He has the Feather Storm, but he doesn't have Cleanse, he doesn't have Flash. And here come the roots across the team. Hung tries to get the stun. The Solar Flare is perfect. Timing, immaculate, easiest dive of LNG's life.
Yeah, because I feel like the hook touched Hung's nose, but couldn't quite get a grip on his head.
Oh, Bin's in so much trouble. Bin is in so much trouble. Zika turns Mega Gnar, but actually, reinforcements here for BLG. Maybe it's Hung that's in trouble instead. Shock Blast is in, and this Leona is no more. BLG finding themselves something. Still 1,000 gold behind in this game, but perhaps if they could take a tower, that'll be minimized.
Yeah, perhaps it will be. Plates are off, so it's not plate gold, but at the end of the day, you're happy to cross-map the structure. This gold goes into your gal's back pocket, so that's going to feel quite nice. Scout on the other end, however, that tower in the top side. We'll see whether or not they can get it. I feel like with Triforce, it could be pretty much mincemeat. There goes the dragon.
That Scout knows he's having no nonsense in that bottom side. He will protect that tower with his life.
Down shouldn't. But is it ever really enough to force out LNG? I feel like the answer is no, unless it's somehow slipping through the goalposts into that bottom side. They've retaken control for now, Joe. There you go.
Oh, On could be in trouble. He's not that tanky, but the silence comes in. Gala pulled back in as Zika found. Elk has that Featherstorm as Zika tries to put some pressure down. Scout underneath the tower. Featherstorm immediately has to come out. BLG are just kicked out of the top side. Bin couldn't be a part of the play. It's fantastic stuff from LNG. Fantastic for LNG right now. So long as they don't get caught out themselves, they should be good. On tanking the tower for a minute here, but...
Is it one way you can be picked off in the long run? Doesn't seem like LNG are interested. Oh, hello, Scout.
Scout's been caught out. Shun finds himself a pick here. Out of nowhere, Gala, Killer Instinct onto Shun. Can they finish off this Nidalee? Elk getting some feathers out, but Zika doesn't get caught by the pullback. Turns Mega and keeps himself alive. On needs to find a hook, needs to find a miracle. As Yagao and Bin are moving in, but the flash out from Zika. Now Bin on the front line to set up for his team, but they just don't have the damage. They can't find the targets. All out onto Tarzan to separate him from the squad, and he should go down. That's one for BLG, and a knock up onto Hung as well. Looking for a hook at BLG. I don't know how they've done it, but they've coupled a fight.
Burn up. But BLG, do they?
They don't even seem to suspect anything's happening. Zika has been caught out, but he'd happily trade his life for a Baron here.
Yeah.
Is LNG, they're just going to snake this one. BLG never even considered that it was happening. Zika surely goes down. Yagao with a shock blast to finish him, but I mean, one pick for a Baron. There's no universe where that's worth it for BLG. Scout found by Bin. He wants the 1v1. Is the distortion used by Scout just to get himself out, jumps back into...
CC, you can't really lock down anyone. The composition,
Oh, Yagao just gets one shot. Great little combo from Hung and Gala. Reminding us why Leona has been such a staple in the LPL for so many years. Bringing back a bit of that vintage LPL. As now, tier 2's taken in mid and in top. That pick onto Yagao just completely opens the map up. It's a huge pick onto On as well. Feathers do nothing. It's at the wrong angle, but it's the front to back, which Elk kind of likes. Bin gets one onto Hung. 1 for 1. Not ideal for either team, to be honest.
Yeah, not ideal at all. I mean, LNG would have loved to have tried to break open the base, right?
It's all hands. Can they find the skill shots? Killer Instinct comes on through, Solar Flare onto 2, but he doesn't actually find a stun. Zika has to hop away from the hook as Scout has found the backline. Bit of damage there has been tanking up for the team as they dive in. LNG, they've got this one on a platter, haven't they? They're not even taking damage in return as they dive on forwards. Featherstorm out from Elk, pulls them back in. Is it enough for the fight, though? Garleton's going to keep himself alive as Elk survives. Zika on the backside of things. Tarzan down. Shun will surely fall, but the heal comes on through. Gala has to flash to finish the job. Bin can't take him out, though. And LNG, it was a little scrappy. It was a little close, but it looks clean in the end. 6,000 gold lead as they barrel down mid.
Honestly, hard fought there by BLG at the end, but they just don't have the items of the gold. LNG dance around them yet again, and they will close out this game and bring us to series point. LNG potentially defying a lot of people's expectations. Very close to taking down the number one team for regular season. Hung is going to get hooked.
It's a bonus at the end there for On, but LNG taking game number back in 2020. He's bringing it out just for Zika today.
Exactly. He's looking to try and dominate the 1v1. Wouldn't be surprised if BLG looked for a similar level.
From Elk should be able to dissuade a little bit of this as Hung keeps on stepping up forwards as Yagao taking a lot of damage from Scout here. Jump has been reset, gets the slow. Yagao trying to return the damage, jumps in for the shield. Scout so low on HP, but Yagao walks away and it's traded. The tower shot takes him 1 for 1 in the mid lane.
Oh man, Scout really wanted that. He regains a little bit of priority as junglers. What about bottom side play? Here you go.
Elk jumps in for a bit of damage. Hung the target as he gets stunned up as Gala trying to threaten the enemy AD carry. Tarzan moves into the lane, but Hung is so low. This could be dangerous. Gala slowed, stun coming in, knock up onto Tarzan. Stun is there. Damage available as Elk flashes forwards. They're all so low, but Shun's the one turn around on, and the tower shot gets him. LNG play it immaculately.
Now they're retreating. Rel's got the move forward as a...
that thought. Scout's been found, and my God, what can you do? Bin grabs himself a kill. Second death now. Pressure himself in the mid lane. Moves over towards Herald, but he's kind of on the wrong side of the play here. The Sound Soldiers come out. Scout in a 1v2. The stun comes out onto him. Has to just get out of dodge.
Okay, interesting from Scout. Good luck, Elk.
Cleanses the root. Hung moving in. Who's going to tank it is the question. Minions are still there. Well, it's just perfect, isn't it? I love the LNG. They wait as long as possible before.
You accelerate Bin, or you just look to nullify the plays. Elk by himself again. No cleanse just yet.
Oh, flash underneath the tower from Hung. He's tanking for the time being. Gala has just dived beyond the tower here, and Hung with a stopwatch keeps himself safe. Gala can just walk past the tower, or can he? Magnet Storm to pull him in as Shun arrives, as does Yagao.
Oh, Yagao!
No! He messes up the shuffle, and it means Shun is caught out in the middle of nowhere. Scout grabs a kill. An absolute whiff on the side of BLG.
Oh, man. Opponents as well, if I had to wager a guess.
He's going to finish the tower off now, so we'll see that recall come on through. Full Killian Murphy here. No fighting. Tommy Shelby at the top side, just shouting at his teammates, please.
Also got the Herald still, I'm pretty sure, right? That's in Shun's hands, so...
yeah.
See where they look to actually try and place that one down. Eyeing up maybe a bot side player. Scout has people in the area, and he's trying to shove in this tower.
Oh, Bin's going in onto Scout, and there's an ult coming out from Shun, but Scout buffers it again. He just doesn't miss with the W's as Zika comes in on the backside of the play here. Yagao ults everyone away, gets into the team, but the bomb is on his head, and he blows to smithereens. Scout managing to save the play once again as Zika flashes forwards here. Can't find much else on the back of it.
Pinball in the middle of BLG members there. Yagao goes down. LNG able to defend the play, and Scout, you know, despite them. And then the bust shot connects. Makes them go back and forward. So come out of the replay. BLG will at least take this tier 1, which is like...
BLG survive it. Bin gets out with his life. It's a Drake on the bottom side for BLG. Another wave pushed in the mid lane. So BLG, a small win for them on Bin surviving, but they will still lose that tier 1 on the top side.
I've really got to give credit to LNG here, because I feel like...
Very back and forth early game, as you can see. But BLG behind currently. It's LNG with the advantage. Ult comes out onto Scout here, but not much follow-up available, or is there? The crash down comes in, but On is just obliterated. Solar Flare onto Elk, he can't quite Captain Jacket, but Hung falls as Bin dives into the play himself. True Shot Barrage available, Tarzan has to be careful. Oh, it's ever so close, but it's ever so wide. BLG.
From BLG, but you can't really blame them given the game state. Baron is dropping Lojo, they might just get it.
They're going to get the Baron. Can they get the fight as well is the question. Baron taken. They're trying to get out over the back wall here. They dive in. All out to one. Yagao knocks them sideways as Bin tries to get out the top side of the play. Elk is alone here, and Scout will finish him off. That's 2 already. But BLG get out with 3.
Okay, that is a heist.
Like 2.5 items. He is shredding people.
This is 2 towers.
Off the back of, you know, a couple of blunders early on. Went for the
2 towers.
1 for 1 in the mid lane, which I don't think that was quite a blunder, but then getting caught out on the top side. Demolish comes in, as you say, 2 towers taken.
They're reset. They'll be back to defend the inhibitor tower at the very least. They probably lose this tier 2 up here, as BLG will look to rotate over. But again, is it really the end of the world?
I don't think they can actually threaten the tier 2, honestly. LNG are moving over, and yeah, you've got Baron, and maybe they can whittle it down with Baroned up cannons. Maybe that's the way they get the tier 2, but BLG calling the bluff on the top rotation. They move back into the mid lane instead. Mid inhib tower, suddenly half HP. Elk engaged on by Hung here, but they can retreat to the Sundisk. The roots come in, but it's a dive in your own territory here for LNG. They can't get past the Sundisk as Zika moves in, and if his Bin can take the tier 2 at the top side, Gala pressured. As the mid tier 3, sorry. On barely any HP, On moves in, they'll finish the tower. This is beautiful from BLG, and suddenly they're back ahead in gold.
It's been a game of cat and mouse the entire game, the last 10 minutes. It's Tom and Jerry.
BLG have control of the area, and Bin is putting so much pressure on the top side. Yeah. Scout has to go over and answer. Tarzan could maybe look for a steal. There's a ward in the pit here. Has been in a 2v1. He almost gets it, but taken down by Scout. Dragon taken by BLG. They've got to get out of here.
Making the call. They know Bin's winning out on the side lane. They want his teleport out at least. This Baron's getting melted, actually. Double AD carry.
It's gone. It's already gone. They've taken, and now BLG potentially in a 4v5 as On actually goes in for this one, hung low, but Scout just shreds them. I mean, it's disaster for BLG. LNG have just annihilated them. Bin is trying to make a base race happen, but in the meantime, his whole team has been taken apart. Scout flashing to get on top of Elk, who will jump away. Scout can't quite close the gap, and Elk will survive, but now LNG, they move into the base.
Is this the game? Do they have enough time? Do Bin and Elk have enough in the tank to defend this with Baron and almost every member available to take down these towers? I don't think they do. Here's the teleport from Zuka as well. 4 versus 2, Joe. GA on Bin. They have to end it here.
Elk and Bin versus the world, the two main characters of the MSI run for BLG. They have to defend as On has respawned again. Bin threatening on the top side of the players. One tower goes down. LNG, they want their rematch against JDG, but they're going to finish BLG off first. Elk still fighting from safety, but LNG, they take down On. Recalls coming on through as the respawns have arrived from BLG. If they can find picks, this could turn around. The feathers are huge! It's a knockback across the team here, trading back and forth. BLG diving forwards, but a TP into the base. It's Zika, it's Scout to try and finish the game. He's on to the next. This is Yagao. Looks for his opposite man. Has to deny. But Scout taken down. Stunned. They've got it into the death realm. Can they finish him? He's down. But the rest of the team is here. It's Gala to finish the game. And LNG booked their ticket to finals.
Maybe dreams can come true after all for LNG.